Have you ever thought about where things go when they fade away? I don't mean when they break or get thrown out, but when they just lessen. Well, today we're going to unlock the doors to a very strange, very mysterious archive that was built for exactly that. Let's dive into the fascinating and kind of haunting world of the Lessuary.
And this right here, this single sentence, is the key to the whole thing. The Lessuary isn't about loss in the way we usually think about it. It's about translation. The idea is that things that fade away are actually following a set of rules, a grammar of their own disappearance. So, the Lessuary, it's a building with no address. It's a place that archives things that are disappearing from the world. And we're not talking about, dusty old artifacts here. We're talking about things that are much, much stranger.
Yeah, the building itself is like a collection of ghosts. Just imagine walking down a hall that still has this faint smell of cured leather, but also disinfectant. And you can feel this low hum in your teeth from the old copper telephone wires in the walls. Every single past life of the building is still there, just lessened.
So into this really strange world steps our main character, Sable Cray. And she doesn't just stumble upon the Lessuary by accident. In a way, it feels like her whole life has been preparing her for it.
So Sable's job, get this, was to take these wild, totally impossible inventions, like, say, a machine that measures the weight of hesitation, and translate them into boring, technical language. Her entire career was spent working with things that were right on the edge of being forgotten. So, it's not a huge surprise that this very unique skill got the Lessuary's attention.
And this is the summons she gets. It's not a job offer. It's more like a diagnosis, a recognition. The letter basically says she's needed because she herself is an example of lessening. It's this incredibly cryptic and deeply personal call to a whole new kind of work.
Okay, so what is actually in this place? What does the Lessuary collect? Well, a quick look at the catalog shows you these are definitely not your typical museum pieces.
I mean, just look at this stuff. The collection is full of abstract concepts, feelings, phenomena. How do you even begin to catalog the sound a door makes when it decides not to close, or an entire marriage shrunk down so it's only visible as a faint distortion in a glass case? The Lessuary preserves the actual essence of things that have faded away.
So, with all that weirdness as our backdrop, Sable gets her very first assignment. And it turns out to be a pretty big one, even though it's housed in, well, the most ordinary container you can imagine.
Okay, and this part is crucial. It's not a memory of a childhood, it's the childhood itself, which is now shrunk down to nothing more than a single smell. And the owner's fear is just profound. She's not afraid she'll forget it. She's afraid it's going to be retroactively erased like it never even happened.
And the rules for handling this thing, they're not scientific at all. They're more like a ritual. They come from the specific sensory details of that childhood, like the temperature of a classroom or the care you take when handling something precious. This isn't about scientific preservation. It's about paying respect to the thing that is lessened.
So this task, it ends up being a huge turning point for Sable. It completely changes how she sees her role. She realizes she's not just a librarian for lost things. She's something else entirely.
As Sable studies the Lessuary's strange, living catalog, she finds the entry for the childhood, and it points her to one final, completely unexpected mechanism needed to handle it: herself. She's not just the caretaker of the childhood, she is meant to be its next container.
So she opens the shoebox, she breathes in, and she takes that diminished childhood into herself. Her role just completely flips. She goes from being a custodian to an instrument. She no longer just stores loss, she carries it. She doesn't just preserve it, she integrates it, becoming a living vessel for what was fading away.
And the catalog defines this new purpose with this one beautiful word: hospitality. Her job isn't to fix what's broken or to restore what's been lost. It's to offer a home, a safe harbor for diminished things, to give them a place to keep existing, but inside a living system.
After this transformation, Sable's work goes on. But now she is the archive. She has become a living catalog of loss. She takes on the specific, unrepeatable flavor of bread from a bakery that closed years ago. She carries the silent, broken trust between a person and their beloved dog. She even holds the conceptual weight of a mathematical proof that was famous for decades before being disproven. Every loss becomes a part of her.
And this is where it gets really, really strange. Something new starts to emerge from this collection of losses. The source calls it lessening. It's not a restoration of the old things, it's more like composting. From the decay of all these diminished parts, a new, richer form of lessening begins to grow inside of her. Loss actually becomes generative.
And that leaves all of us with this final echoing question. The Lessuary suggests that what's left behind isn't just an echo or a memory, it's something that can be carried and offered hospitality and even transformed into something totally new. It asks us to think about not what we lose, but how we carry the shape of what's gone.